Whew. Whoa, an awkward angle here. Whew. Inside Out 2 was a really fun movie to watch. If there's one phrase I would use to describe it, it would be a pleasant surprise. So, if you've been watching Pixar movies lately, if you've been, following, the kind of, where Disney's been going, you'll see that they're doing a lot more sequels, right? Because I mean, they've had so many successful movies, it just makes sense to do a sequel of that and not try to create too many new things. And unfortunately, a lot of them haven't been received well. I don't remember who said this, but somebody I watched said it really well in that Pixar sequels are great on their own, but terrible when compared to the originals. And that's honestly very true. Um, Incredibles is one of the big examples. That was a really great movie. Like I love that movie so much. And when The Incredibles 2 came out, it was a good movie. Like I enjoyed watching it. We watched it in theaters with my family, and I enjoyed watching it. My family did too. And on its own, it's like, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. But it just doesn't have the same level of like deepness, and didn't get as dark in some areas, and it was just there's a lot of places where it fell short from the original movie. And that's true for a lot of Pixar sequels. And sometimes it just doesn't even make sense. They don't need to create another sequel. I think Toy Story 4 is a great example of that because the trilogy, it was a beautiful kind of trilogy, and it all kind of wrapped up at the end with the toys leaving and Andy moving on. And then Toy Story 4 came in, and like it was a good movie. I think it was a good movie, and the animation was incredible. That's what I loved most about it. But after it all getting wrapped up, is like it kind of felt wrong in a way. But Inside Out 2 was definitely different because it had almost almost the same level of like deepness and heart as the first one, and they didn't like undo anything from the first film. I mean, like Joy, for instance, she had the same character development from the last movie, accepting joy and all the other emotions. And also spoilers ahead. If you watch the start video, sorry, but there are spoilers for the movie, so keep that in mind. But I think there's just so many little things, and I think the biggest thing I like from that movie is the fact that the whole movie they're trying to get back to headquarters and stop anxiety from like just taking over and changing Riley in her belief system. But it's so interesting because kind of right before the climax of the movie, Joy, she gets to the back of the mind and she sees all these memories that she's just thrown out way to the back of the mind because she doesn't want them to be part of her. And then she realizes that she's been doing the same thing that anxiety has been doing to Riley, right? And she realizes that it might not be helping her in some way. And that leads to the conclusion, the climax and the conclusion where neither belief systems are put in place, and she just lets a new one spring up from all of her kind of memories. And that whole scene at the climax, I think that was incredible. Like, it was so well done, in my opinion. So, you know, I would definitely recommend seeing Inside Out 2 if you have time. Go see it in the theaters. It's a really great movie. I don't remember watching Inside Out, the first one. I was gonna watch it beforehand, but with the move and everything, we were so busy. So I don't really remember it too much. I can't tell you if there was like so many discontinuities or whatever between the films, or I can't even tell you if the first one was better really because I don't really remember it. But you know, I've heard that. I mean, Bing Bong. If you know what happens to Bing Bong if you watch the movie. That's an incredible thing, scene, whatever. Um, that wasn't really topped, I don't think, in the new movie, but it got really close. So definitely would check out Inside Out 2 if you're wanting to watch a movie. So yeah, I know it's a bit of a different video. No, I'm out here today, but my parents took the truck and I didn't really know much else to talk about. So, here we are. All right, catch you guys later. God bless.